Welcome to a channel update. I have barely recorded anything for the last 2 months. I've been living away from home. One section of our family had an enormous problem and they needed help, so I abandoned my home, my husband and my channel and you, my friends, and I went to live with them in their house to help. I am on a break this weekend, but I thought I would just do a short video updating you on where I am. The problem in this section of our family is gradually easing. Basically, the mother in the family was quite severely injured, and she is the linchpin for the family. And without her, everything was falling apart. So I went and stood in. It's been quite an experience, I'll tell you that. Family always comes first with me, and I think with many of us that is always the case. Anyway, let me tell you what I have thought about while I've been on an enforced rest with regards to this channel. For a start, for any of you who have newly joined and are not familiar with Vintage Story, this is my single player Vintage Story world. I have worked about 150 hours on this world, and this is why I decided to record the channel update. Let's talk about the different games I play. I play 3 games at the moment. I am playing Banished Mega Mod 9. I had to restart a new map, and I'm loving the new map. I am still discovering the most fantastic mods. The map's coming together quite well. The main thing I'm trying to work on with the map is to make sure that I am making it as attractive as possible. I'm very good at the mechanics of the game, but my polishing skills, making it look fabulous, are the ones I'm working on. So Banished Megamod 9, we are going to continue on our skills at making it look gorgeous. It's not hard, it just takes a little bit of extra work. Let's talk about Stardew Valley. There is some really exciting news about Stardew Valley, and that is that there is a 1.6 update that is about to drop, and I believe it will drop this year. We know that ConcernedApe has finished what he wants to do in the update, and we know it's quite a substantial update, so it should be very exciting. He is working on the part of the update that makes it work, sorting out any glitches and things like that, any bugs. So many people think that the 1.6 update may drop, oh hello butterfly, may drop at any time in February or perhaps March. When that update drops, I am going to start a new series of Stardew Valley. I'm going to play it through from the beginning, because apparently a lot of these update features affect all parts of the game, and they have little bits that come in here and there. And I think that the only way we're going to pick up all of them is to start a new game. It's always nice starting a new playthrough of Stardew Valley. I learnt so much on this playthrough. It's going to be fantastic. So when that drops, that 1.6 update, expect me to start a new game and a whole new playthrough. I look forward to working through that with you and to really enjoying picking up all the differences. It's very exciting. With regard to Vintage Story, the 1.19 update is now on the 3rd proper release. We've moved away from the release candidates and it's now a proper update. I'm not sure it's completed yet. There are a couple of things in it that are making me wonder how to progress. For a start, I've worked 150 hours on this world and we're very well set up here in that I've got iron, we've got all the mechanics working. But I have explored a lot of the map. Let me show you this. Let me come out as far as I can, and you can see the difference. This is the new 1.19 colours, this sort of beige colour, whereas the more vibrant colours of the previous map, with all the beautiful rocks you can see around the edge, you can tell that I'm not really a fan of the new map, but that's easily sorted out. Looking at this, and the Resonance Archive is down here, you can see that we've explored a lot. There are two things, as I said, that are making me think about starting a new map. One, there is a new room in the Resonance Archive. This is very exciting. I want to have a look at that. I don't have to start a new map to do it. I could either look at it in Creative, which I'm very tempted to do, or I could regenerate the Resonance Archive, which is now possible on this map, and then fight my way through and have a look at the new room in that way. So that's a possibility. The other thing that is giving me pause for thought is that the ruins have been redesigned for Vintage Story. So we have, as you've probably seen in some of my early looks at 1.19, we have new blocks, we have new formations in the ruins, and the underground ruins have been completely redated. I don't think the loot is any worse or any better. I think the loot remains pretty similar, and please let me know if you think that's wrong. But my own belief is that the ruins are going to be very, very different. We've got new types of deer, we've got new types of goats. We still have the same bighorn sheep. So there's an awful lot that is changing. We've got 2 new plants. And all this makes me think, shall I start a new world? When you have this much of a change, it is tempting to start a new world. This update was not meant to be this big. They were looking at the technical side of the game to make it run better on some machines, to make it easier for modders, you know, just generally making the technical side flow more easily in the background. But they did stray into the most amazingly complex update that has changed a lot of the generation. So I think it's a point I will have to consider. I would love your views. At the moment, my temptation is that when I resolve, or when this family crisis has resolved itself, as it is doing at the moment, that I may well start a new world. It's so exciting starting new worlds. And I think that to get the real flavour of the ruins, of the update, of what it's like to play, then we may have to start a new world. There is an option, of course. Let me show you this. Let's move on. I do not like having huge arms. It is, I find, very distracting, but that's easily, I'm sure it will be easily configurable. The other option we do have is that I do have a translocator down here that I have not yet mended. So if we go through this teleporter, this translocator will take me, to new areas. And if I mend it, it will generate new land, or it should generate new land, and that would mean that I would be able to experience the new ruins without restarting the world. I just feel, though, that so much has changed, that starting a new world might be a very, very enjoyable experience. I do feel that would be a good thing to do. So that's what I'm thinking about with regard to my single player worlds. I don't know if I'll ever have a bedroom this nice again. Look at it with the sunlight filtering through the roof. They have actually improved the God rays as well, which is fabulous. But look at the light in here. Look at the shadows. This is why this game is so beautiful. Now, let's now consider, you can no longer see the inside of our head, which is an advantage, I think. Let's consider what we should do about the multiplayer world, which is the one I'm playing on at the moment, is Aura Fury Symphony. So what are we going to do about playing on a server? I have really enjoyed playing on the Vintage Story Symphony server that Aura Fury run, I had a collaboration with a great friend of mine, Lone Wolf. And my thinking on that is that I'm in the process of building one of the most stunning houses I've ever built, ably assisted by having so many materials found by Lone Wolf, who loves exploring, and also donated to us in the house. So it's looking pretty spectacular, but it's unfinished. So I think what I'm going to do is to keep playing on Vintage Story Symphony and to finish that house, because I like building, and I know from the response that you guys really, really enjoyed the last look we had at that particular house and base that I'm building along with Lone Wolf. So we will finish that. I have a couple of other projects in mind, but I'm not going to talk about those at the moment in case I don't manage to pull them off. So that's a little bit of information about where I am both in my private life and with my channel. It's going to take me time to work up again to running a full channel as I'm accustomed to doing, and it will depend on how swiftly my family recover from this current crisis. Thank you very, very much for all your messages of sympathy and all your good wishes. It means a huge amount to me, my friends, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you all. So I look forward to moving through a few new projects with you and continuing a few old projects. Do let me know any views. I love hearing your views. Bye bye, my friends.